So if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you know I Instagrammed a picture of my favorite spring blushes, and I actually wasn't even thinking about doing a video on it. And then a few people commented on it and tweeted me and was like, hey, can you do a video on that? And I thought that it would be a good idea. I actually was just playing with my makeup and putting it away and reorganizing it, and I decided to take a picture of it. I never thought that I was going to do a video. I didn't think of it doing a video. So I'm doing a video. So this video obviously is going to be my favorite spring blushes. And I'm going to get right into it. I do have a variety of blushes, and I'm probably going to share with you like my favorite top 10. These are just something that I pull out more frequently, or the colors that I pull out more frequently in the spring and summertime. So I'm actually going to start off with the pink blushes. My first one is Nars Desire, and as you can see, it's a very, very hot pink color. It's not really showing. There it is. It's hot pink. It's a really pretty color. It is buildable. It definitely isn't as dark as it looks, but it's a really beautiful color, and I really like the formula of the Nars blushes. They're probably one of my favorite blushes. So that is that. And then my second really like hot pink color is going to be MAC Dollymix, and this is probably one of my first MAC blushes that I ever got, and it's probably my favorite MAC blush that I've ever used. I really like this color. I just feel like it's definitely, it's a little bit, it looks like it's dark again, but it's more of a, is this a satin? So it's a little bit sheer, and it's definitely buildable. It's a really beautiful color, and I love this blush. It's my favorite MAC blush, and I do recommend it if you don't have this, to try this one. My next like hot pinky color is actually cream blush, and I actually don't really like cream blushes, but in the summertime I kind of gravitate a little bit more towards the cream blushes. Not so often, not on an everyday basis, but the cream blush that I really do like is one of the Maybelline new Bouncy blushes. I really like the texture of these. They're like seriously the coolest thing. I only do have one of them, and I'm kind of glad that I got this one because a lot of people tried like the lighter colors and they just were a little bit sheer, and they just didn't like them, and their hopes kind of went down in the drain, and they just didn't really want to try them again. And I would do the same thing, but this one is in Hot Tamale. As you can see, it looks like it's almost like a red color, but it's definitely a hot pink color. It is still really sheer, but the color is buildable, and the texture is just like nothing that I've ever felt. I really do like these a lot. And then I do have another cream blush, and this actually I got a while back, I believe last summer, and it is another Maybelline Dream Mousse blush in pink frosting. This is a more like light pinky color. It is still sheer. It is buildable as well. I find that this actually doesn't last. I do have to apply like a powder blush over top of it because being in the summertime, it does wear off on my oily skin. I can't really say on the Dream Bouncy one, only because I have not tried it. It hasn't been warm enough yet. And then my last pinky color blush is a MAC blush from the new Trace Cheek collection. So I'm not sure if I know there's some available on the website, but I'm not sure what ones are to this day, so you'll have to check. I'm really sorry. I'll put in the description box if it is available. This is a satin, and it is Peony Petal. This one is more of a baby pinky color. It is satin, so it is more like sheer and glittery, but I really like it. And now getting into the more corally blushes. My first one is e.l.f., and this is probably my favorite e.l.f. blushes, and it is in Candid Coral. I know this is like a hit or miss for a lot of people. A lot of people love it, or a lot of people hate it. This actually, I think it's flattering on my skin tone. It's just a nice, pretty corally color. And then my next one is a MAC blush, and this is again from the Trace Cheek. This is a satin finish as well, and it is Lovecloud. This one is a little bit lighter of a coral color, but it's definitely really, really pretty. It's like a pop of color. It's on one of those days where I'm not feeling too well. I'll add this to my cheeks, and it just really wakens my face up. So I love that. And then my next blush is a limited edition blush, but I had to include it because it's just so beautiful, and I felt like people talked about it enough last year, and it is one of the Project Runway limited edition palette blushes from the L'Oreal line. And this one, as you can see, it's actually a lot of product. This is the same size as a mineral skin finish, so there is a lot of product here. I could not imagine going through a mineral skin finish that long. Actually, I've been using one pretty often, so I might go through it pretty fast. But this is something that I would just wish I pulled out a little bit more often. It's definitely a really beautiful color, and it just gives you that flush of color to your cheeks. I really like it a lot. I know my next blushes are going to be more orangey, peachy blushes. These are probably one of my second favorites other than pink. I really, really like peachy blushes. I don't know why, I just feel like it's really flattering, especially if you have a nice bronzy eye or if you're going really neutral. It makes you just look kind of like you got like a nice tan. You can really do a lot of justice with a peachy color blush. My first one, again, is from the Trace Cheek collection, and this one is Immortal Flower. This is probably my lightest peachy color. It definitely is very, very light. You do have to build the color up, but it is just really, really beautiful. If you have a lot going on your eyes, this looks really nice as well. My next one is probably one of my first mineralized MAC blushes, and it is Immortal. It's not Immortal, it's Improvise. This one is just, as you can see, it's two-toned, but the color is just so beautiful. It is very, very shimmery. It is probably one of the shimmeriest one other than my e.l.f. one, but it's just the color is so beautiful, especially if you just put a little bit heavy on the blush. If you have a really light eye, it kind of looks really bronzy and it gives me a nice glow to my cheeks, so I love, love that. And then my last peachy orange blush is Pretty Orange, actually. And I actually wasn't drawn toward orange blushes until recently. I just thought that they would look pretty silly on me. But I like them a lot. They're really, really pretty, and it's something that you gotta kind of play around with to see if it looks good on you. I know it's like, oh, orange, like yuck. It's kind of like red. I would probably not try that, but it's something that I need to try and see what it looks like because you don't know until you try it. And this one is Mandarin Orange, and it's definitely like a tangerine orange. It is pure orange, but it looks so pretty. It's not as dark as it is in pan on your skin. This is, again, a satin finish, so it's gonna be a little sheer. And you can build it up, but it's just a really, really pretty like pop of color to your cheeks. It just screams spring. So love that. And then my last color selection is going to be like the lavenders, and this is probably my least favorite. I'm still kind of stepping into it, so maybe I will get into it and like it a little bit more, but I don't really have too many of the lavender blushes. And this one is Full of Joy. It is a frost, so it's going to be a lot more glittery and a lot like, it's a little bit more sheer. This one looks pretty like white and chalky, but it's nice. It's a flattering color. It just depends on what kind of look you're going for that day. I probably would apply this if I have like a really smoky eye. Putting this on there kind of give it like a nice glow. But I feel like this e.l.f. All Over Cover Stick is pretty similar to it. This is just a cream color where you can use on your nose or your cheeks or your lips. I like to put it down my nose sometimes. It's a really beautiful color. Again, I like to use this more in the summertime, just if I'm not like, I don't like to have a lot of makeup on it, and just put this on my cheeks, blend it out, and it's really, really beautiful. If you don't really want to have all these blushes, you could pick up a palette, and this is by Coastal Scents, and I just wanted to mention this because a lot of people, I just feel like a lot of people actually don't think that the blushes are going to be as great in a palette. Well, at least I thought the blushes aren't going to be as great. Again, they're not probably the best like pigmented blushes out of all of these, but they're pretty nice, especially for the price, and you have every color pretty much in this all in one. So you got your corals, you got your hot pinks, you got your oranges, you have a little bit more of like an everyday look, which I really, really like. You have your peaches, and as far as lavenders, you kind of are missing out on the lavenders. That kind of looks like it could pull off as a lavender, but it is a pink color. So I do recommend this. This isn't into my favorites just because I do like this, and I do pull it out, but I just feel like the quality wise is a lot better than this. So if you are looking for like a palette, then I do recommend this. Other than that, those are all of my spring favorite spring and summer favorite blushes as of right now. Let me know what your spring favorite blushes are, if you have a favorite that maybe I haven't mentioned, so maybe I could try it, or if you have any questions about anything, or if you'd like to see swatches, make sure you check out imperfection-isbeauty.com. Also, all the links and everything will be down in the description box, just in case I said something too fast, or just in case I didn't mention a name because I was just in the moment and I just forgot. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.